waiting. How to move through the time, all while staying still, while being still as the time. And as the things roll past you, left and right, leaving you abandoned. Hard time. The heart of doing time is doing time without becoming undone. An anatomy of stillness and temporal flow, the aphorism, waiting, presents a radical reimagining of a common human experience, usually defined as a passive interval, a void to be filled or a delay to be endured. Waiting is here recast as an active existential discipline. The text suggests that waiting is not the absence of action, but a specific mode of moving through time that requires a profound reconciliation between the self and the temporal medium. The paradox of temporal kinesis. The central tension of the aphorism lies in the paradox of physical stillness paired with temporal movement. In a conventional sense, movement requires a change in spatial coordinates over a duration of time. However, the aphorism suggests the form of moving through that occurs precisely because one is staying still. By remaining physically fixed, the subject ceases to compete with the external world's velocity. The stillness allows the individual to observe the internal mechanics of time. When the body stops, the consciousness is forced to engage with the sheer weight and flow of the present moment. It is a transition from spatial kinesis to temporal kinesis. The subject is no longer traveling through a landscape, but is instead traveling through the when, becoming the medium as the time. The most philosophically dense portion of the text is the directive to exist as the time. Normally, humans experience time as an external force, a river that carries us along, or a clock that dictates our pace. We are subjects in time to move as the time implies a dissolution of the boundary between the observer and the observed to become as the time is to achieve a state of radical presence where the ego's resistance to the passing second vanishes. In this state, the individual does not spend or waste time, they embody it. This reflects a phenomenological shift where the self is no longer a victim of the clock's ticking, but rather the very medium in which the world unfolds. It is a meditative transcendence that transforms, waiting from a state of longing for the future into a state of total immersion in the present. The geometry of abandonment. The conclusion of the aphorism introduces a poignant sense of isolation. And as the things roll past you, left and right, leaving you abandoned. The symmetry suggests a world defined by horizontal movement, the frantic lateral rush of things. By choosing to remain still, the individual falls out of the collective rhythm of the world. The left and right movement suggests a peripheral blur where the world is moving too fast to notice the stationary observer. This abandonment is the price of temporal stillness. To be still while the world rushes is to become a ghost in the machine. However, there is a hidden strength in this abandonment. While the world is caught in the momentum of its own rolling, the one who waits gains a perspective of the whole. They are abandoned by the world's noise, but in that silence, they gain the clarity of the witness. Stillness as resistance in the modern age. In a contemporary context, this aphorism serves as a critique of the cult of speed. Modernity equates movement with progress and stillness with stagnation. We are conditioned to fear waiting as a dead zone of unproductivity. Reframing waiting as an intentional act of moving through time challenges this narrative. It suggests that there is a profound depth to be found in the pauses, the ability to stay still and feel the world roll past without being swept up in its frantic current is a form of psychological resilience. To be abandoned by the modern pace is perhaps the only way to truly find oneself. Ultimately, the aphorism waiting teaches that stillness is not a vacuum. It is a dense, active state of being, where the individual, by ceasing to chase the world, finally learns how to inhabit time itself. In the collective religious imagination, John the Baptist is often framed as a rugged ascetic, A proto-hipster of the desert with a taste for wild honey and a penchant for bold fashion choices. We see him through a lens of divine eccentricity, where his wild hair and camel skin robes are stylistic markers of holiness. But what if the historical reality was far more jarring? What if John was not merely eccentric, but genuinely clinically mad? A man possessed of a defect of the mind that was as alienating as it was unmarketable. To view John the Baptist as truly crazy and hated is to confront the uncomfortable border where holiness meets pathology. Historically, the distinction between a prophet and a lunatic has often depended on the utility of their message to the status quo or their ability to command a following. However, the perspective that John suffered from a true defect, one that was not adorable, romanticized, or genius adjacent, strips away the stained glass veneer. It forces us to reckon with the raw, abrasive nature of a human being who was denied by his society, not because he was too holy, but because he was fundamentally wrong in the eyes of his peers. There is a profound difference between glamorous mental differences and raw defects. Modern culture has developed a soft spot for the musical prodigy or the brilliant but tortured scientist. We tolerate and even celebrate neurodivergence when it produces a high-yield output, a symphony breakthrough formula, or a disruptive tech company. This is productive madness. In contrast, the true defect, the disjointed, socially repellent, and non-lucrative mental instability is met with visceral exclusion. If John the Baptist was screaming in the wilderness, not out of a calculated rhetorical strategy, but because of a mind that could not find peace, he becomes a figure of profound isolation rather than a religious icon. When we sanitize historical figures, we commit a subtle act of violence against their lived experience by turning John's potential mental struggles into a prophetic aesthetic. We ignore the crushing weight of his alienation. A man who lives in the desert eating bugs is rarely a person who is finding themselves. More often, they are someone whom society has failed or who has found the social contract impossible to navigate. When we ignore the possibility of his madness, we lose the most radical aspect of his story, that the most marginalized, defective members of society can be the conduits for the most transformative truths. If the voice crying in the wilderness belonged to a man whom everyone genuinely hated for his instability, the message itself becomes a testament to the power of the unacceptable outlier. Has searing relevance today. Our society claims to be more inclusive of the outlier, yet our empathy is still largely conditional. We create space for the quirky individual who fits a marketable trope, but we continue to push the crazy and hated to the periphery. The person on the street corner whose defect of the mind manifests as agitation or social discord is not seen as a potential prophet. They are seen as a nuisance to be managed or moved out of sight. By reclaiming the madness of John the Baptist, we challenge the hierarchy of human value that prioritizes productive minds over broken ones. It forces us to ask, would we have listened to the Baptist, or would we have crossed the street? If truth comes through a vessel that is truly defective, lacking the adorability of the romanticized genius, do we have the capacity to hear it? Recognizing the crazy and the holy suggests that the greatest insights often come not from those who have mastered the world, but from those whose very existence is a rejection of it, whether by choice or by the cruel necessity of a mind they cannot control. In the end, the defect of the Baptist may not have been a flaw in his mission, but the very thing that allowed him to see what the sane world was too comfortable to notice. In one and the same breath, the fear is in the breath, and so is the love. In one and the same breath, the duality of human existence. The human experience is defined by a series of paradoxes as none more intimate than the act of breathing. It is the first thing we do upon entering the world and the last thing we do before leaving it. Yet, within this involuntary rhythm lies a profound psychological truth captured in the aphorism. In one and the same breath, the fear is in the breath, and so is the love. This statement suggests that our most fundamental biological process is the container for our most polarized emotions. It challenges us to see the breath not merely as a gas exchange, but as a bridge between our survival instincts and our capacity for transcendence. The anatomy of fear. Fear is an ancient visceral response, and its primary residence in the body is the respiratory system. When we encounter a threat, whether a physical danger or a modern psychological stressor, our breathing is the first system to react. The fight or flight response triggers shallow, rapid chest breathing. This physiological shift is designed to hyperoxygenate the muscles for quick action, but it often results in a feedback loop of anxiety. In moments of panic, we may feel as though we cannot catch our breath. This constriction is the physical manifestation of fear. It is a tightening and narrowing of the world into a singular point of survival. And the aphorism states that the fear is in the breath. It acknowledges that our anxieties are not just abstract thoughts. They are rhythmic somatic experiences that can stifle our vitality if left unobserved. The sanctuary of love. If fear constricts the breath, love expands it. In a state of safety, affection, or deep connection, the breath naturally slows and deepens. This is the rest and digest state, where the diaphragm drops and the lungs fill to their full capacity. This expansive breathing sends a signal to the nervous system that all is well. Love in this context is synonymous with presence and life force. It is the breath we take when we are moved by beauty, the shared sigh of relief with a loved one, and the steady rhythm of a mind at peace. To breathe with love is to breathe with a sense of openness and receptivity. It is the sanctuary we return to when we allow our breath to soften, moving from the jagged edges of survival into the fluid grace of being. The unity of experience. The true power of the aphorism lies in the phrase, in one and the same breath. It posits that fear and love are not separate entities existing in different parts of the body or at different times. Instead, they are two possibilities existing simultaneously within the same biological cycle. This reflects the unity of the human experience. We are capable of being terrified and courageous, anxious and compassionate all at once. This perspective dissolves the dualistic struggle to eliminate fear. If fear and love occupy the same breath, then fear is not an enemy to be conquered, but a frequency to be tuned. By acknowledging that fear resides in the breath, we gain the power to transform it. We do not stop breathing when we are afraid. We simply change the quality of the breath to invite the love, the calm, and the connection back into the same space. Canterbelly relevance. In today's high-stress, hyper-connected world, our breathing has become habitually fearful. Constant notifications, economic pressures, and social anxieties keep many of us in a state of chronic shallow breathing. We live in a culture of constriction, understanding that the breath carries both fear and love is a radical act of self-reclamation. It reminds us that even in the midst of a chaotic work environment or a personal crisis, the mechanism for peace is already within us. We do not need to go anywhere or buy anything to find relief. We simply need to shift the quality of the very thing we are already doing. This perspective offers a portable internal toolkit for emotional regulation and resilience. Conclusion: the power of the one breath. The aphorism invites us toward a life of mindfulness, the conscious awareness of the one breath. Every inhalation is an opportunity to acknowledge the presence of fear without being consumed by it, and every exhalation is a chance to release that fear and return to love. Ultimately, life itself if we can hold the duality of our emotions within a single conscious breath. We find a sense of equilibrium that is not dependent on external circumstances. We learn that while the fear may be present, the love is equally accessible, waiting to be felt in the very next rise and fall of the chest. In the end, we are always just one breath away from returning to our center.
Man between presence and absence. In his visual works, the Saudi artist Ali Safar, Ali Al-Safar, paints a world in which the bodies and shadows intertwine, and the bodies become symbols of questions larger than reality itself. Between painting and painting, yellow takes us on a journey from mystery to serenity, from optical overcrowding to luminous abstraction. In one of his paintings, crowded human blocks in dark blue and gray gradations take us toward an intense psychological landscape. Bodies without features, souls touching and lurking in dim-lit space, as if the city swallows them up or reshapes them. It is a picture of the presence unknown, of society as seen from within. As for the other painting, we stand before an amazing transparency, where white splashes our sequence in a quiet, almost devoid of noise. There is no place for crowding here, but contemplation and stillness, as if the artist depicts a spiritual journey or a state of human abstraction in the face of the light. Yellow style reflects a mature experience that goes beyond form to substance. He does not paint a person as a body, but as a state, as a feeling, as a story hiding behind a color or a refraction of a shadow. I am not looking for beauty in itself, but for visual sincerity, for the moment when sense stops before reason. Ali Safar. Participated in exhibitions within the kingdom and abroad. Among the highlights of the Saudi Contemporary Art Exhibition in Paris, the Arab Youth Biennale in Cairo, alongside local entries in Riyadh, Jeddah, and Dammam. He has received awards of appreciation from the Ministry of Culture and the Fine Arts Societies, and some of his works have been acquired within private and institutional groups. In his work, Saudi artist Ali Al-Safar constructs a world where identities and shadows merge and human figures evolve into symbols for questions beyond the visible. Between one canvas and another, Al-Safar invites us on a journey from mystery to clarity, from crowding forms to spiritual intermissional. Using one piece, a mass of anonymous bodies is immersed in gradients of blue and gray. Faces are blurred and the space feels dense, as if the city is not just physical but psychological, absorbing its people, reshaping the presence. It is a portrait of collective anonymity of the interior landscape of modern society. In contrast, another work presents serene alignment, pale, translucent figures standing in harmony with light. Here, there is no chaos, only reflection. It evokes a spiritual journey or an inner ascent towards stillness and purity. Al-Safar's aesthetic reveals a refined vision. He does not paint bodies, but states of being, feelings suspended in color, silence hidden in shadow. I'm not chasing beauty itself. I'm seeking visual honesty, a moment where emotion overtakes intellect. Ali Al-Safar. Al-Safar has exhibited in both local and international venues, including contemporary Saudi art in Paris, the Arab Youth Biennale in Cairo, and numerous shows across Riyadh, Jeddah, and Dammam. His work has earned recognition from the Ministry of Culture and Visual Arts Associations, and his pieces are held in private and institutional collections.
nothing left to hide. Even when you're far, you're still right by my side. I whisper your name in the silence of night, wishing you'd hold me and make it alright. Every heartbeat, every sigh is a song for you, and I don't know why it hurts this way but still feels true. No one else, just you, just you. All of me is yours, forever and more. Even from a distance, you're what I'm living for. I miss you like the moon needs the tide, like the stars that can't shine without the night. I love you more, I love you still, and I always will. I scroll through our pictures, smile through the pain, each memory like sunshine after rain. I dream of the moment you walk through that door, and I fall in love with you once more. Time can pass and days can fade, but the way I feel, it won't ever change. No goodbye could dim this flame. You're in my soul, you're in my name. All of me is yours, forever and more. Even from a distance, you're what I'm living for. I miss you like the moon needs the tide, like the stars that can't shine without the night. I love you more, I love you still, and I always will. Come back to me when the world is kind. I'll be right here where hearts align. No matter the storm, no matter the way, my love is here. It will never stray. All of me is yours, forever and more. Even from a distance, you're what I'm living for. I miss you like the air I can't breathe. You're the only truth my heart believes. I love you more, I love you still, and I always will. In the porch side dawn, you open slow, pale blush petals like a secret glow. Your throat is cream with a pink soft kiss, a trumpet bloom I could hold like this.
So light, so kind, you lean and stay.
Like ribboned rain on a summer day. When
Blanchetti on the trellis turns.
Every little flower with a hush that burns. Not loud, not proud, just a graceful face. Blush in the edges, cream at the base.
Come close, come near, don't let me pass.
That tender pink lasts and lasts. Plant pet alamanda, plant pet alamanda. Oh, pink bloom, soft bloom, you turn the air to rose. Plant pet alamanda, plant pet alamanda. Gentle and bright, where the warm wind goes.
When the garden leans into evening gold,
You keep that glow quiet, soft and old.
I hear your color before I see.
A classic heart on a living tree. Plant pet alamanda, plant pet alamanda. Pink bloom, soft bloom, you turn the air to rose. Plant pet alamanda, plant pet alamanda. Gentle and bright, where the warm wind goes.
They didn't take the tower down, they just renamed the wind. They took the howl out of the wolf and made it safe to spin. They didn't ban your questions, just made the answers thin. Then handed you a script to read and told you truth begins within. They paved the roads with promises and billboards full of light. They told you that your pain was wrong, your anger impolite. They didn't steal your memories, they made you doubt your side, then thanked you for your loyalty as you vanished overnight. The word came first, and in the room they built a school to make you cool, then clipped your tongue and trained your thought until you said what you were taught. No, no cage, no cell, no chains, no scream, just fewer colors in your dream. No violence here, just grammar games, until your prayers all sounded the same. They didn't break the poets' hands, they paid them to write safe, turning rebels into hosts of shows and risking to escape. They offered peace in sterile rooms and masked for every face, and called it growth when no one moved, and called it grace when we obeyed. You'll find no blood beneath the screen, no echo in the phrase, just narrowed hearts and lowercase gods and all the saints replaced. And still we say it isn't war, because the street
staring at the ceiling, wishing I could reach across the map. I'm overwhelmed by this lonely kind of feeling, caught inside a never-ending gap. You got that voice that sounds just like a whisper. It travels through the static on the line. Every single word you say, it makes it crisper, reminding me that you are truly mine. They can show me all the wonders of the world, but I look away, 'cause I'm just waiting for the flight to bring you back my way. Yeah, you know I'm not playing with the distance. I'm fighting for our love with such persistence. 'Cause baby, when you talk to me that way, you take the distance, turn the cold into the May. I don't need a life that's built for one or two. I'm only living for the day I'm next to you. Yeah, I just wanna hold you through the screen, the closest thing to heaven that I've ever seen. No matter what the miles try to do, I'm staying right here, waiting just for you. Right here, waiting just for you. Different time, yeah, you're sleeping while I'm waking. You leave a message for me when the sun comes out. You're the only risk that's ever worth the taking, chasing all my ghosts and every doubt. I used to feel the quiet in the spaces, but now I'm anchored in the way you care. I'm seeing you in all these crowded places. A phantom of your love is everywhere. They can show me all the wonders of the world, but I look away, 'cause I'm just waiting for the flight to bring you back my way. Yeah, you know I'm not playing with the distance. I'm fighting for our love with such persistence. 'Cause baby, when you talk to me that way, you take the distance, turn the cold into the May. I don't need a life that's built for one or two. I'm only living for the day I'm next to you. Yeah, I just wanna hold you through the screen, the closest thing to heaven that I've ever seen. No matter what the miles try to do, I'm staying right here, waiting just for you. Tell me what you need, I'll send it. My heart is yours, I'll never mend it. Never gonna let the signal die, no. I'll be watching for the morning sky, 'cause you're the heartbeat in the air I breathe. You're the only one I'll ever need. 'Cause baby, when you talk to me that way, you take the distance, turn the cold into the May. I don't need a life that's built for one or two. I'm only living for the day I'm next to you. Yeah, I just wanna hold you through the screen, the closest thing to heaven that I've ever seen. No matter what the miles try to do, I'm staying right here, waiting just for you. Right here, waiting just for you, baby, baby. You're right here, waiting for you. Ain't going nowhere. It's just me and you, right here, waiting for you. Praise to God with gratitude true. Rest my husband's heart in you, a man of prayer with purpose strong. Your spirit guides him all day long. Every step with wisdom and peace. reflecting Christ, his faith increase. Faithful Lord, I lift this song over my husband all life long. Rest his mind, remove all fear. May your presence draw him near. Your word is anchor, spirit's flame. Hold his family in your name. United in love, through grace we stand, strong in Christ, hand in hand. Bless his work, his heart, his way, all for your glory, Lord, I pray. Never forsake, your mercy extend, day by day till journey's end. Guide him, Lord, with patient grace. Refuge sure in every place. A partner true through your design. Teach me to love with heart aligned. In his spirit, let Jesus reign. Trusting you through joy and pain. Uphold his steps, his soul renew. Day and night keep him true. Eternal shepherd, guard his stand. Faithful Lord,
Waiting, how to move through the time, all while staying still, while being still as the time. And as the things roll past you, left and right, leaving you abandoned. Hard time. The heart of doing time is doing time without becoming undone. An anatomy of stillness and temporal flow, the aphorism, waiting, presents a radical reimagining of a common human experience, usually defined as a passive interval, a void to be filled or a delay to be endured. Waiting is here recast as an active existential discipline. The text suggests that waiting is not the absence of action, but a specific mode of moving through time that requires a profound reconciliation between the self and the temporal medium. The paradox of temporal kinesis, the central tension of the aphorism lies in the paradox of physical stillness paired with temporal movement. In a conventional sense, movement requires a change in spatial coordinates over a duration of time. However, the aphorism suggests a form of moving through that occurs precisely because one is staying still. By remaining physically fixed, the subject ceases to compete with the external world's velocity. This stillness allows the individual to observe the internal mechanics of time. Woo! When the body stops, the consciousness is forced to engage with the sheer weight and flow of the present moment. It is a transition from spatial kinesis to temporal kinesis. The subject is no longer traveling through a landscape, but is instead traveling through the when, becoming the median.
as the time
The most philosophically dense portion of the text is the directive to exist.
As the time
Normally, humans experience time as an external force, a river that carries us along or a clock that dictates our pace. We are subjects in time. To move as the time implies a dissolution of the boundary between the observer and the observed. To become as the time is to achieve a state of radical presence where the ego's resistance to the passing second vanishes, and in the state the individual does not spend or waste time. They embody it.
This reflects a phenomenological shift where the self is no longer a victim of the clock's ticking, but rather the very medium in which the world unfolds. It is a meditative transcendence that transforms, waiting from a state of longing for the future into a state of total immersion in the present.
The geometry of abandonment. The conclusion of the aphorism introduces a poignant sense of isolation.
And as the things roll past you left and right,
Leaving you abandoned. This imagery suggests a world defined by horizontal movement, the frantic lateral rush of things.
By choosing to remain still, the individual falls out of the collective rhythm of the world. The left and right movement suggests a peripheral blur where the world is moving too fast to notice the stationary observer. This abandonment is the price of temporal stillness. To be still while the world rushes is to become a ghost in the machine. However,
There is a hidden strength in this abandonment. While the world is caught in the momentum of its own rolling,
the one who waits gains a perspective of the whole.
they are abandoned by the world's noise, but in that
Silence,
they gain the clarity of the witness.
stillness as resistance in the modern age. In a contemporary context, this aphorism serves as a critique of the cult of speed. Modernity equates movement with progress and stillness with stagnation.
We are conditioned to fear waiting as a dead zone of unproductivity.
Reframing waiting as an intentional act of moving through time challenges this narrative.
It suggests that there is a profound depth to be found in the pauses. The ability to stay still and feel the world roll past without being
Swept up in its frantic current is a form of psychological resilience. To be abandoned by the modern pace is perhaps the only way to truly find oneself. Ultimately, the aphorism waiting teaches that stillness is not a vacuum, it is a dense, active state of being where the individual,
by ceasing to chase the world.
finally learns how to inhabit time itself.
Traveling, best for those in the middle. Avoid the young and the old and women with children. Avoid when necessary. Avoid when possible. If necessary, if possible. The pragmatic lens, reevaluating the romance of travel. The modern world often presents travel as a panacea, a transformative experience essential for a life well lived. However, the aphorism, best for those in the middle. Avoid the young and the old and women with children. Avoid when necessary. Avoid when possible. If necessary, if possible. Offers a starkly different perspective. It strips away the romantic veneer of the wanderlust narrative, replacing it with a cold, pragmatic assessment of movement as a logistical and psychological burden. By framing travel not as a leisure activity, but as a trial of endurance, this sentiment invites us to consider the hidden cost of displacement. The anatomy of capacity, the middle path. The aphorism's insistence that travel is best for those in the middle speaks to the physical and mental stamina required to navigate the friction of the world. The middle refers to that window of life characterized by peak autonomy, an age where one is neither burdened by the fragility of youth nor the infirmities of old age. To travel with the young or the old is to engage in a constant negotiation with dependency. The young lack the context us to appreciate the journey and the resilience to handle its discomforts. The old may possess the wisdom, but lack the physical vitality to endure the rigors of transit. Similarly, the mention of women with children points to the immense psychological and logistical encumbrance of caretaking. In this view, travel is an individualistic pursuit that demands a high degree of self-sufficiency. It suggests that when the primary focus of a journey is the management of others' vulnerabilities, the travel itself ceases to be an exploration and becomes an exhausting labor of logistics. The philosophy of avoidance, travel as a trial. The most striking aspect of the aphorism is its repetitive emphasis on avoidance. Phrases like avoid when necessary, and if possible, frame travel as a necessary evil rather than a desired luxury. This suggests a stoic or even cynical worldview where the default state of human flourishing is stability, not motion. When we are told to avoid travel, it implies that the act of moving from one place to another is an interruption of the soul's peace. It characterizes travel as a state of betweenness that exposes us to unpredictability, exhaustion, and the loss of routine. By suggesting we only travel if necessary, the aphorism challenges the idea that movement is an inherent good. It asks the traveler to justify their departure. Is the destination worth the friction of the journey? Is the knowledge gained worth the energy expended? A critique of bucket list culture. In an era of mass tourism and Instagrammable destinations, this aphorism serves as a radical critique. Today's culture encourages us to travel constantly, often for the sake of social currency rather than genuine necessity or growth. We are told to see it all before we die, leading to a frantic bucket list mentality that prioritizes the quantity of stamps in a passport over the quality of the experience. The aphorism suggests that this frantic movement is a mistake. It aligns with the growing movement of slow travel or even anti-travel, which posits that we might find more depth in a single square mile of our own neighborhood than in a dozen high-speed tours of foreign capitals. It warns against the vanity of movement, reminding us that displacement is a tax on our time and health, a tax that should only be paid when the reward is truly essential. Conclusion: the cost of movement. The core wisdom of this aphorism lies in its recognition of travel as an expenditure. Every mile traveled is a withdrawal from our reserves of energy, patience, and stability. By advising us to wait for the middle of life and to avoid the complications of dependency, it emphasizes that travel is a high-stakes activity that requires specific kind of readiness. Ultimately, it teaches us that while movement can be transformative, it is not free. True travel is a weight that should be carried only when we are at our strongest. And even then, only when the journey is truly worth the cost of leaving home.
When my heart did not know how to stay, you stood beside my restless soul and loved me through the years anyway. I was looking past the doorway, dreaming of another sky, but you kept standing close to me with patience in your eyes. I did not see the gift back then. I did not understand that God had placed His mercy there inside your faithful hands. You are not a small love. You are not a mistake. the father of our children, the shelter I could not see. While I was chasing distant roads, you were building home for me. I thought the world could give me more. I thought my heart knew best. But every time I wandered far, your love became my rest. I bring a softer heart today. I lay my pride aside and thank the Lord for giving me the man who stayed beside. You were not a small love. You were not a mistake. You were the steady blessing my heart was slow to take. No diamond had to shine for me. No golden ring had to prove. The greatest promise I received was always found in you. You were the man who held my hand when I was hard to please. And now I see the love of God was standing next to me. Through every season, you remained. Through every silence, you stayed. When I was restless, lost and proud, you loved me anyway. Now I honor who you are. With every tear I understand. You are not just my husband. You were God's gift in my hands. You are not a small love. You are not a mistake. You were the steady blessing my heart was slow to take. The world could never give to me what heaven already knew. The greatest promise of my life was given through you. You were the man who held my hand, the love I finally see. And now I thank the Lord above for giving you to me.
Gave my last ounce of strength while the knife stayed in my back. Poured everything out for the ones I refused to lack. Blood don't make a family, that truth hit hard and clean. I chose my own loyal hearts in a world that's mean. They showed me I can only trust the reflection in the glass. So I pulled those blades out slow and sharpened them to last. Burning, I'm on fire. Light shines so bright. It wakes the night, lights your day, scares the ghosts away. No more pain, I'll burn everything that tries to bring you pain. And emotions ripping through me back to back, no relief. Love and rage and emptiness, fighting for belief. I'm barely holding balance, drowning in the noise, but I swallow it all down just to give them all my voice. I'll show them who's the real threat. I'll settle that score. Melt metal into the cracks, I'll always have your back. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. Yeah, I'm on fire, baby. I'm on fire for you. Let my light heal you. You'll never travel alone again. 37 years of drama, cheating, lying, blame. They tried to bury the fighter, but I'm still in the game. Emotions hit like thunder, rolling through my veins. Grief, then fire, then hope, driving me insane. I can only trust myself, that's the truth they burned in me. Every hand that held me turned around and buried me, but I'm still here, still pouring out my fight. You can't kill a fire that learned how to ignite. I'll never let the dark creep in, light shine so bright. Ghosts never see the night. Put your fist down, back down. You don't have to fight no more. I'm on fire. I'm on fire, baby. I'll got you. Never fear. I'll never let my light disappear. Gave my last ounce of strength while the knife stayed in my back. Poured everything out for the ones I refused to lack. Blood don't make a family, that truth hit hard and clean. I chose my own loyal hearts in a world that's mean. They show me I can only trust the reflection in the glass. So I pulled those blades out slow and sharpened them to last. Turned every betrayal into fuel, every wound into drive. Carving straight through the chaos just to feel alive. 10 emotions ripping through me back to back, no relief. Love and rage and emptiness, fighting for belief. I'm barely holding balance, drowning in the noise, but I swallow it all down just to give them all my voice. Still pouring out my everything when I'm running on empty, carrying my chosen family like it's all that's left in me. Family ain't just blood, it's the bond I fought to earn. Stronger than the blaze that tried to make me burn. I isolate when the storm gets too loud to take. Disappear in the silence till my soul stops to shake. No more games, no more blame. I'm cutting all the ties. Use the knives to carve my path and cut apart their lives. 37 years of trauma, cheating, lying, blame. They tried to bury the fighter, but I'm still in the game. 50 more years burning, watch me flip the script. No more playing victim, no more taking their shit. Emotions hit like thunder, rolling through my veins. Grief, then fire, then hope, driving me insane. When the weight gets too heavy and the voices scream too loud, I shut the whole world out and rebuild inside the cloud. You think it's a competition, you think it's a race. Blood is blood, but jealousy stains. Breaking free from your grip, remove the chains, cut the ties, burn the bridge. You can't take back all the things you did. Apologies, I'll never forget. I can only trust myself, that's the truth they burned in me. Every hand that held me turned around and buried me, but I'm still here, still pouring out my fight. You can't kill a fire that learned how to ignite. Evil is evil, it does what it wants. Well, guess what? I'm out of your reach, out of your grasp.
a small life beneath my heart, a gift from God above. I was still learning how to become whole, but love was growing quietly deep inside my soul. 3 sacred seasons, 3 holy gifts. God placed them in my arms and taught my heart to lift. Love came first, then joy followed near. Then rose came blooming and beauty reappeared. Then came my 9 months of joy, like laughter after silence, like light I could not avoid. My heart began receiving the grace I could not see. Joy came like a gentle song and slowly healed in me. 3 sacred seasons, 3 holy gifts. God placed them in my arms and taught my heart to live. Love came first, then joy followed near. Then rose came blooming and beauty reappeared. Then came my 9 months of rose. Something opened softly, something in me rose. Above the pain I carried, above the years I knew, my spirit started soaring toward a life made new. 3 children, 3 blessings, 3 lights from above. One taught me love, one taught me joy. One came like roses blooming through the rain, and all 3 showed my heart how to live again. 3 sacred seasons, 3 holy gifts. God placed them in my arms and taught my heart to live. Love came first, then joy followed near. Then rose came blooming and beauty reappeared. 3 children, 3 seasons, 3 gifts from above. My soul learned to rise through love, joy.